Okay, Anthony, welcome to this interview. And first of all, I've got to say thank you so much for your ongoing support of FTA, but in particular for being a gold sponsor for the Australia and New Zealand Shipping and Logistics Conference. So thanks again, Anthony. And tell me, what motivated you to be a part of the event?
Yeah, thank you so much, Paul and FTA and everyone that's put on such an amazing event. For us, we think it's a really important time for the industry to come together. We are at a period where there is so much volatility and turbulence in the industry because of macro factors, but also a once-in-a-lifetime change in technology that's happening right now. So for the industry to come together and to tackle some of these challenges and big problems and the wave of change that's going to come, we're really excited to be part of it, and that's why we're involved.
Yeah, look, Anthony, we've been talking on and off for a couple of years, and you mentioned to me probably 2 years ago that you've got these products that you're working on, and when you mentioned the ability to do tariff classification, that's when you really sort of got my interest going. How has that gone? That particular product, has that been well received?
Absolutely. So we have, I think, on average, over 200 Australian brokers using it daily right now, and making many classifications on Tariff Chat. And that was a product that we offered to the industry completely for free as a way of giving back to the industry as well, and to showcase where the power of AI could potentially be in the very near term. It surprised us just how accurate it has become. And we've had some very senior brokers with a lot of experience in the industry being quite skeptical at the start, but now they can't live without it. Of course, it doesn't replace brokers. It only enhances their productivity. It allows them to do far more productive research and more holistic research on a particular item to form a more accurate tariff classification. So for us so far, it's been one of our standout products. And yeah, it's really amazing how much support the industry has given us because of that launch as well.
Oh, that's great. And look, you're an expert on all of this, but for a novice like me, I'm just starting to grasp AI and what it can potentially achieve. What you've demonstrated to me with the Tariff Chat was, quite incredible, and just the way that it works and operates. But how else can that type of technology enhance the experience across other parts of freight forwarding and customs clearance and the whole logistics process?
Yeah, absolutely. So Tariff Chat is a very unique AI agent that we built purely for tariff classifications, and it works obviously in Australia and across the world. It's being trained on all the relevant data sources out there. Now, if you were to take that similar type of technology, what does that actually mean for the rest of the logistics or freight forwarding customs workflows? The most obvious one is data entry, right? So data extraction, data parsing, and entering it into some kind of system or form. And that is effectively now completely done through an AI agent. The unique thing about that is that it knows every type of shipping document, right? It can, you won't need to ever map a field manually, like in the old days with the traditional OCR-based technologies. It will just know, just like a human, okay, this field needs to go to this other field. So the obvious one is data extraction, but it goes far beyond that. It's email handling, so email monitoring, email management, the ability to register a new job automatically, monitor your emails 24/7 and respond to things that are critical, escalate things and effectively go from a current workflow, which was quite manual, to allowing the operators to be almost exception managers, right? Managing these issues that come up. So all the tedious, all the time-consuming things will gradually move towards the AI agents, and that will allow the human operators to be far more productive and use their time on things that the AI agents can't solve, right? So I think across the wave of agents that's going to be launched, the most obvious ones have already been seen in various instances right now. But the ones that are coming up are the really exciting ones, right? The ability to send quotes out automatically for forwarders, to be able to pull prices from your vendors and your partners. That next wave of agents is still very experimental, but it is coming very, very quickly.
So a lot of our members, as you know, they've got existing software products. The Tariff Chat that you talked about and some of these other agents, do they plug into existing systems and processes, or are they standalone? How does
Yeah.
The 200 brokers that you've got using the system and using some of the other functionality, do they use it as a whole integrated solution, or do they pick and choose some of your services?
Yeah, absolutely. So it really depends on our customers. So Tariff Chat is a completely independent product, and it functions. It really is purpose-built for an Australian customs broker. Now, you can have the same functionality in the main Clear.ai platform. Now, Clear.ai has two aspects to it. The first is, of course, it can bolt on to existing legacy software providers, whether that's CargoWise, Expedient, TradeWindow. But more importantly, Clear.ai is designed as a complete alternative as well. If you wanted a different approach, if you wanted a more AI and modern approach to it, you can use Clear.ai as your main freight management software. We can allow you to manage all your freight operations as you currently do. You have the ability to lodge declarations directly to the ICS natively in our system as well. And we have a really good accounting module to bring in all the billing, AR and AP that would go into all of that. So our customers vary from using purely just Tariff Chat as a classification tool on the brokerage level, to using us as AI automations, right? And using their existing systems to handle their main database. And increasingly, our customers are looking at Clear.ai as a complete alternative, a AI-first platform to be their daily driver, right? So for these types of customers, Clear.ai is a great solution for that as well. So it really depends on their use case.
And look, Anthony, we've seen a recent move away from billing by software companies at the seat level. They're now at a transaction level. Through a notice that you pushed out through FTA late last year, you were talking about a transaction cost of about $3, which most people were going, wow. But a lot of people were almost skeptical, going, it's too cheap. Like, can they really deliver a service at $3 for a transaction? So is there something that you can share with us that gives a level of comfort that this is really, it's a case of it's not too good to be true. It's a genuine offer that can provide a real benefit to the industry?
Absolutely. So, like you said earlier, there's a lot of news and hype around AI, right? But if you really were to pull away all of that, what is Clear.ai really trying to deliver here? And I think for us, it's very simple. Clear.ai is trying to do one thing, and that's to save our customers time and money with AI-first software. That's it. Now, in order to do that, if we were to look at specifically the money part of it, we believe $3 is a very fair fee for it. AI, as I've been saying for some time, is naturally a deflationary item, right? So if AI was really working very well, you should see the cost of AI actually scale down. And you do see it across the whole AI industry, right? So the costs from a model that was 2 years ago is almost 99% cheaper for that same model to be deployed today. So I think there's a real advantage for people adopting AI early because realistically the prices should start scaling downwards from there. So yes, the $3 is real. It is what we're currently billing, and we don't see that changing. The reason why it might seem a bit lower than some of the legacy providers out there is because Clear.ai just wants to make things simple. And for us, we have no long-term commitments. We have no annual contracts, no hidden fees, no training costs, no other costs other than $3. So we are fully aligned to the success of our customers. If you don't see any value in Clear.ai, if we are not generating productivity gains for you, then we are not being paid as well. So we believe that this is the natural evolution of where SaaS-based software companies will go. They will go towards a transaction fee, and that transaction fee will be quite low. Whether that plays out, we'll see, but that's our belief.
Okay, well, look, through the promotions that we've done, we've obviously generated a lot of interest. I suppose the members, the feedback that I'm getting is sort of twofold. One is, and you can answer these separately. One is mainly around the transition, how it's, a lot of the members sort of throw their hands up in the air going, it's too hard to move away. The other thing is too, a lot of members don't want to be the pioneers. They go, it sounds great, but let's let's let someone else do it first and test the system and make sure it works. Where are you at? And let's go about talking about the implementation of it first. Have you got existing customers on there, or are you still in a trial phase? Is the full-blown launch still to come?
Yeah, so there's actually 3 layers to that question, Paul. So I'll take the last part first, which is where are we currently? Clear.ai is a real product. It is being used in production by many of Australia's leading organizations right now. Each day, we're handling thousands of jobs, very difficult workflows and tasks through our system right now. So yes, we are not selling a beta product. We are not selling a promise or a future roadmap. Clear.ai is real and it is working for our customers right now. Now, in terms of the actual migration process, it is traditionally a very daunting process, as you can imagine. Often what it would mean would be many months of pain, trying to retrain and onboard your team into a new piece of software. It might mean that your system goes down a bit and your customers complain. In terms of the database migration, it is a bit of a gnarly problem to deal with. And we recognize that. We completely get it. So we want to de-risk that whole process for our customers. And the way we do that is to guarantee a 30-day migration onto Clear.ai, right? And what that involves is, look, the most obvious, the horror stories that we hear the most about migrations is that often, when they're signing up to a new service, things are great, but as soon as they sign this 2 or 3 year contract, suddenly there's no support anymore, all right? So the way we deal with that is very simple. Firstly, we give you a completely no obligations, no commitment pilot of Clear.ai for as long as you want. You get comfortable, your team gets comfortable with the software, proving whether or not it's suitable for you in a very small case. Then, once you're ready to commit further, we partner with you, an expert on our end. And the onboarding expert has done this many times before. They've seen everything. And their job is to make sure that your team is trained and all the data is probably migrated over to our systems. And we handle all of that for you. In terms of the training, which is probably the key part, you will have access to that expert, and they will be able to work with you complementary trainings, whether it's several times a day or once or twice a month. It really depends on how much guidance your team needs to get comfortable with the system. Now, in our experience, Clear.ai is a pretty simple system to use. That's been the general feedback. So we're pretty comfortable with the fact that, after 1 or 2 jobs run through Clear.ai, you already kind of get how it works. So it hasn't been too much of a problem so far. And that's why we're willing to commit to a structured 30-day guaranteed migration onto the system. In terms of real-world examples of this, we actually had probably our fastest onboarding ever. One of our customers, they signed up for Clear.ai on day 1. By day 2, they had lodged their first entry into the ICS.
Oh.
By day 3, they had set up their database and integrated all the billing modules with their accounting software. So all in all, in less than 3 days, they were fully productive, team were trained up, ready to go. Within that first 30 days, that first month of using Clear.ai, that customer had saved over $15,000 in software charges without even mentioning the productivity gains from this. The ability effectively to have at least a 3x increase in productivity, effectively to take on 3 times the volume without increasing headcount or stressing out your staff, that actually can't be measured yet. But at a pure cost level, yeah, very easy to say that this is what the software charge difference has been. So yes, there's a bit of work, and we work very closely with our customers to define what that onboarding plan looks like. But we try to move all the stress and headaches onto our side and make that as seamless as possible for our customers. And I think the last part is sort of going to the general, I think the customer support part, right? Once you're onboarded, how much support do we actually provide for you? And it is a very, it's an irony because we're an AI first company, but we are very much people first or human first when it comes to customer support. Now, we recognize that any type of change like this is quite a big one. Your customers, if you're a freight forwarder or a customs worker, your customers demand immediate responses, right? But often with legacy software, you submit a ticket and you're waiting a couple of days for a response. And it's very difficult for customers like that. So on our end, whenever you call Clear.ai, a real person picks up. You can talk to any of our team members, and we're here to give you immediate solutions to your problems. Now, where we're completely aligned again is the fact that our pricing model, there is no long-term contract, there is no ongoing commitments. You are free to change software vendors at any time, right? And that incentivizes us to fix these problems as quickly as possible. So there is no risk of signing any contract and then Clear.ai suddenly not providing any support during the onboard or after, because if you're not putting through shipments through our system, that means we're not being paid either. So this alignment, we think, is critical. And that's why our customers don't see Clear.ai as a software vendor. They see us as partners. And they're able to give us these very difficult problems and say, this has never been solved before by any software company before. Can you help us solve this? And that makes it really exciting for us.
I'm going to put you on the spot here, Anthony. So we've obviously the conference is Australia and New Zealand. So our New Zealand listeners would be very interested in this. But I know you've started doing a bit of work in other parts of the world. Can you tell us where that development work has gone and what's the aim? Is the aim global domination?
In terms of Tariff Chat, our classification product, that is now starting off in Australia. It is now in several key countries, including New Zealand, the US, Canada, the UK, China, Singapore, and I believe Thailand. With that particular product, we believe it can grow very rapidly, and it is a very specific use case. In terms of the main Clear.ai freight management software, it is already being used as a bolt-on solution for AI automations for many other countries already. Effectively the same countries I've just listed for Tariff Chat. In terms of native customs declarations and native lodgements, that is coming very, very soon, and we're working quite hard on that right now. So within the next couple of weeks, you can expect to see an announcement there on the New Zealand side.
Wow. Oh, that's great. Well, look, Anthony, thank you so much for your time today. We really look forward to hearing from you again in August at the conference. You'll be one of our keynote presenters there. The world of AI and the world of Clear.ai moves very quick. So between now and August, we look forward to more developments and hearing from you again then. So thanks again.